Hey guys, and welcome back to Full Throttle Friday. I'm Kimby, and this week we are going red, Ferrari red. The Scuderia has been making headlines all season, and it's time to do a deep dive into their performance, into their drivers, and where they stand for the 2025 championship fight. Okay. Ferrari's season this year has had a mix of highs, near misses, and the occasional heartbreak. They've brought a car that is quick on Saturdays, but Sundays is where the real battles happen. Strategically, Ferrari has been sharper in the past, but we've still seen some questionable calls under the pressure with their strategy. And those mistakes are starting to take a toll on the drivers. You can start to see it in the drivers' body languages after the races, in the drivers' interviews, and just hear it on the radio when they are getting so frustrated with some of the calls that are being made. Charles and Lewis are professionals through and through, but even they are starting to look very frustrated and defeated when poor strategy calls cost them the big race results. When this team clicks, they can challenge anyone on the grid. But the gap between their best days and their worst days is still too wide. Let's talk about the drivers. Charles has been the face of Ferrari for years. And in 2025, he's been as consistent as ever. Qualifying pace, still lethal. Wheel to wheel race battles, calculated, but still aggressive. He is keeping Ferrari in the constructors' fight. And you can tell he is always ready to jump in when a rival slips up and move up places. But you can see his patience is wearing thin when strategy calls are making it so he's losing wins that could have been his. Okay, now let's talk about Lewis Hamilton. Yes, it's still so surreal to see Lewis Hamilton in Ferrari red and not with Mercedes. And it's not just for show. Lewis Hamilton brought his championship winning mindset to Ferrari with him this season. He has pushed both the team and Charles to elevate their game this season. This season, he has performed incredible comebacks, including moving up 11 places earlier this season during one of the races. But this is also shaping up to be one of Lewis's hardest seasons so far in his Formula One career. He's not only battling his rivals, but he's battling Ferrari and the car. Even when the car itself has not been the fastest, Lewis has been able to keep them in play. Still, he's not immune to frustration, especially when questionable pit calls and strategies keep him off the top steps. Lewis Hamilton has not placed once this year so far on the podium. But Lewis Hamilton has been getting the points for his team. He has gained points in every single race weekend except for this last weekend in Hungary. This was the first race he was not able to make it to a point finishing spot. Let's talk about strengths and weaknesses for Ferrari. Ferrari's cars love the straight lines and mid-speed corners, but unfortunately, they do have a lot of weaknesses that impact how they do during the races. Some of their weaknesses are their tire wear on the hotter tracks. They also have a tendency to get trapped in tricky pit window opportunities. Their strategy department is also just making too many race costing decisions for the drivers. If Ferrari is able to iron out these small cracks and rebuild their drivers' confidence in the meantime, they will be able to have an amazing second half of this race season. That's it for this week's Full Throttle Friday. Ferrari in focus, from Charles Leclerc's precision to Lewis Hamilton's grit. The Scuderia is keeping the front runners on their toes, but the biggest battle this year could be against themselves. But don't go anywhere, because next week we are shifting gears for something so special. I am going to deep dive into the F1 movie, and I will have a special guest with me. So stay tuned for that, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below if you love these updates and just want to learn more about Formula One. Always remember to keep it clean, keep it fast, and keep it full throttle. And I will see you on the grid.